Good morning, children. Today's lesson, 10th class physics, Introduction to Electric Current. Now, in your previous classes, you have learnt about electric current, battery, electric circuit, and its components. And you have also learnt about lightning. Now, what is lightning? Lightning is an electric discharge between two clouds or between clouds and earth. The electric discharge through air appears to us as an electric spark or lightning. Now I'll just try to explain you little more. Now when two clouds rub against each other, two clouds in the atmosphere, when they rub against each other, one cloud gets accumulated with positive charge and the other cloud gets accumulated with negative charge. Now while rubbing, there is a narrow gap between both of these clouds, and that narrow gap is air, and that narrow gap layer of air works as an insulator for these two charges. So, but when the clouds continue to rub, obviously the charge increases. ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఎప్పుడైనా బ్యాటరీ అయిపోతే మీ ఇళ్లలో రిమోట్ కంట్రోల్లో బ్యాటరీ అయిపోయింది అనుకోమ్మా, మీరేం చేస్తారు? ఆ బ్యాటరీస్ తీసి దాన్ని మీ బాడీ, మీ షర్ట్కి కానీ లేకపోతే మీ స్లీవ్కి కానీ మీరు రబ్ చేస్తారు. రబ్ చేస్తే అది కొంచెం ఛార్జ్ అవుతుంది. ఛార్జ్ అయ్యి మళ్ళీ పనిచేస్తుంది మీకు, అవునా? మళ్ళీ తీసుకెళ్ళి దాన్ని రిమోట్లో పెట్టి మీరు యూజ్ చేస్తారు. సో ఆ రబ్బింగ్ ప్రాసెస్లో ఏమవుతుందంటే ఎలక్ట్రిసిటీ ఛార్జ్ అన్నది ఛార్జెస్ పెరుగుతాయి దాంట్లో. అలాగే ఈ రెండు క్లౌడ్స్ రబ్ చేసేటప్పుడు వాటిలో ఎక్కువ ఛార్జ్ అక్యూములేట్ అయిపోద్ది. ఆ ఎక్కువ ఛార్జ్ అక్యూములేట్ అయిపోయినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, ఆ థిన్ లేయర్ కూడా it cannot work as an insulator. When that thin layer also cannot work as an insulator, ఈ రెండు చార్జెస్ ఒకళ్ళకొకళ్ళే ఆపోజిట్ చార్జెస్ అవటం వల్ల they get attracted to each other, and when they get attracted to each other, a spark comes out, and that spark is a spark which we see as lightning when rain comes, right? So I hope now you have understood what is lightning and how the lightning occurs in the atmosphere, right? And this lightning is a live example which gives us an evidence that motion of charge is in the atmosphere. Okay, so this is an image of lightning. Now let us go into the next, the main part of the lesson, that is what is electric current. Now electricity, as I have told you, electric current is of two types. One, static electricity, and the other one is current electricity. Now we are going to learn about static electricity. Okay, Nana? Continue. Now, what is static electricity? Let us see. Now in this image you see there is a glass rod and a silk cloth. Now when we rub these two different materials with each other, they get charged and form two different charges. One is a positive charge and the other one is a negative charge. So from this we know that charging happens by rubbing, and these charges are stationary. So this type of electric charge is called static electricity. అంటే ఒక గ్లాస్ రాడ్ తీసుకొని విత్ ఒక సిల్క్ క్లాత్ తో మీరు దాన్ని రబ్ చేశారనుకోమ్మా, two types of charges get formed. One is a negative charge and the other one is a positive charge, and these charges don't move, they are stationary. So they are called as static electricity. So ఈ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ వల్ల మనకు అర్థమయ్యేది ఏంటి? స్టాటిక్ ఎలక్ట్రిసిటీ మీన్స్ charges produced by friction. Charges produced by friction. Now in 8th class you have learned about static force, electrostatic force. We told you, know, when you rub the balloon over your head and you keep it on your head, it attracts the dry hair. So similarly ikkada kuda when the glass rod is rubbed with the silk cloth, charges are formed, and this charge is called static electricity. Now in the previous slide you have learnt about static electricity, and now you are going to know about electric current. What is electric current? Now as in static electricity we have told that two charges are formed and they are stationary. Now when two charges that get accumulated and are connected with a conductor which is a metal wire, these charges start to flow, and this flow of charges is called electric current. Now let us see in detail. See this image, Nana. In this image you find a bulb, battery, switch and connecting wires. This is called a simple circuit. This is my simple circuit to explain to you about the flow of electric current. Now in this simple circuit, battery is the energy source because it gives the required energy for the bulb to glow. So it is called as electric source. And here we call the bulb as energy consumer because it uses the electric source of the battery to work. Now what passes this source of electric source from the battery to the bulb? It goes through a metallic wire, and that wire helps the flow of current from the battery to the bulb. And why is that switch? That switch is used to stop the passage of the electric energy in the circuit. So in the simple circuit, wire is used to pass the electric energy from the battery to the bulb. Now why did we use a copper wire and why don't we use nylon wires? This we shall know further. Now previously I have asked you why we don't use nylon wires and why use copper wires to pass electricity or to carry electric energy, because nylon wires do not have the capacity to carry the electric energy. Only metals have the capacity to carry electric energy. There are three types of materials that can carry electric energy. They are conductors. What are conductors? A substance in which we can carry electric energy. For example, all types of metals can carry electric energy. The other one are insulators. Now what are insulators? Insulators cannot carry energy. They cannot carry energy. That is the reason why, for that example is plastic, and that is the reason why we use plastic for switches. We don't use iron or aluminium for switches. We use plastic for switches because they cannot carry electric energy. And the third one are semiconductors. Now what is semiconductor? Semiconductors are substances that can pass electric energy between conductors and insulators. Example, silicon and germanium. Now whenever you open a TV, whenever your TV gets repaired or anything, when you open that, you see small chips like thing. Those chips are made of this silicon and germanium. And ICs, you will see small ICs, even the electric components like your TV, inverters. These are integrated chips. These integrated chips are made by using semiconductors. So these are the three types of materials which are used for passing electric energy. That is conductors, insulators and semiconductors. Okay, Nana? Now previously you have learned that there are different types of materials based on their conductivity, and they are divided into three types. They are conductors, insulators and semiconductors. Now we are going to learn about Mr. Drude and Lawrence, who told us how electric energy flows in the conductors. Drude and Lawrence theory. Now to the left side of the screen you find Mr. Drude, and to the right side you find Mr. Lawrence. Now they both are scientists of the 19th century, and they propose that conductors like metals contain a large number of free electrons, and the positive ions are fixed in their locations. The arrangement of positive ions is also called as lattice. The positive ions are fixed in their locations, means the positive ions don't move in the open circuit and they are fixed. And this arrangement of positive ions is called as lattice. Please remember this line, Nana. This is very important. The arrangement of positive ions is called lattice. And the negative ions, they move randomly in an open circuit. Now what is an open circuit? See this image. In this image we are showing you how the ions move rapidly and how few ions, that is the positive ions, stay fixed and the negative ions move rapidly in an open circuit. And open circuit is a circuit which is not connected to a battery. It is just a simple wire. Okay. Now we are going to see little more further, little more in depth. Now let us learn about the random motions of electrons in open circuit. Now what is an open circuit? As I have told you, open circuit is a circuit which is not connected to a battery. It is a single wire. Okay. Now let us understand the behavior of electrons in lattice space. Now in this image you can see, Nana, there are positive ions, blue color positive ions are there, right? And I have told you, they don't move. They are at a fixed place and that place is called as lattice space. Now assume that the conductor is an open circuit. So I have told you what is open circuit. Open circuit is a circuit which is not connected to simple circuit, means not connected to any battery. Now these arrows what you find, they are the negative electrons, and they move randomly in the lattice space of conductor as shown in the figure. So when the electrons are in random motion, they can move in any direction, whichever direction they want to move. And as I have told you, the positive ions are fixed. They don't move. And the negative ions, they keep on moving. They go here and they go there. Means the best example is the teacher in the classroom is just near the blackboard. But you children, you go from one bench to the other bench. Similarly, the negative ions keep on moving here and there randomly. And the positive ions stay fixed. Now, here you see a small image, a round circle in the image that is grey in color, right? And I have marked it with an arrow that is called cross-section area. Now let us see, consider this as the cross-section area and let us see when we see through it, okay? The number of electrons crossing the cross-section area from left to right in 1 second is equal to the number of electrons passing the cross section from right to left also. Means ఇటు నుంచి 10 ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ అటు వెళ్ళాయి అంటే అటు నుంచి 10 ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఇటు వచ్చేస్తాయి. అంటే రైట్ టు లెఫ్ట్ కానీ లెఫ్ట్ టు రైట్ కానీ ఎన్ని ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ అనే ఈక్వల్ గా మూవ్ అవుతాయి. సో వెన్ దే మూవ్ ఈక్వల్లీ, it means the net charge of moving along a conductor through any cross section is zero when the conductor is an open circuit. This happens when the conductor is an open circuit. What happens when the conductor is an open circuit? The electrons which are moving from the cross section area from right to left or left to right, they are of the same number, because of which the net charge would be zero. And when the net charge is zero, it happens only in an open circuit. Now we are going to see the ordered motion of electrons. Now what is ordered motion of electrons? Now just see this image, Nana. Now here there is one battery. The purple color one is the battery, and this green wire, actually it is not connected to anything. That outer part, that white shape what you are seeing with arrows and positive marks, that is the inner image of the green wire. Okay, just imagine that the green wire looks like this inwards. Okay, inwards, that green wire, how it looks is, see the image of the white thing. Okay, అంటే వైర్ ని లోపల నుంచి ఎలా ఉంటుందో మీకు చూపించడానికి ఈ ప్రొజెక్షన్ పెట్టాం అన్నమాట. సో ఒక బ్యాటరీకి when we connect this wire, what happens? Here when the wire is connected to battery, the electrons move in ordered motion. And previously you have seen when the wire in an open circuit, when it is not connected to a battery, the positive ions are fixed and they don't move, and negative ions, like naughty children, they keep moving here and there. Okay, they go to the left, they go to the right, they go wherever they want to go. But when the wire is connected to the battery, they cannot become naughty. They have to go in a fixed and ordered direction. So this movement of electrons in an ordered motion is called electric current. Now, reasons for electrons to move in an ordered motion. Now, when the conductor is not connected to the circuit through a battery, the electrons inside the conductor are in random motion. But when the conductor is connected to a battery, the electrons move in a specified direction. Now, what makes these electrons move? Means this shows that something causes the electrons to move in a specified direction. Means to come into a disciplined line. First they were naughty because they were not connected. Now they get connected, and when they get connected they are forced to move in a specified direction. What makes them forced to move in a specified direction? When the ends of the conductor are connected to the terminals of a battery, a uniform electric field is set up throughout the conductor. Means a uniform electric field is set up throughout the conductor, and this specific uniform electric field makes the electrons move in a specified direction. When does this happen? When both the ends of the conductor are connected to the terminals of the battery. When the wire is connected to the battery, a uniform electric field is set up. And when this uniform electric field is set up, the electrons are made to move in a direction. Now, for example, when you all come to the assembly, you come in a line, you go back in a line. If we teachers are not there, what will happen? You people will run to your will and wish. Wherever you want to go, you will go. Similarly, these electrons also, when they are connected, when they are not connected to a conductor, what happens? They go to their will and wish. And once when they are connected to the battery, what happens? They go in a disciplined manner. They go in a order. That order is uniform electric field. Now we are going to see the scientific definition of electric current. Now you have seen this image priorly also. Now the ordered motion of charges is called as electric current. That we already know. Now electric current is actually defined as the amount of charge crossing any cross section of the conductor in 1 second. Electric current is defined as the amount of charge crossing any cross section of the conductor in 1 second. Now here you can see in the cross section area is being marked, the grey color. So the total amount of charge, whatever crosses this cross section in 1 second, is called as electric current. That's why we calculate electric current like electric current is equal to electric charge by time travelled. Means in 1 second how much charge crosses that cross section. When we count that amount of charge, that amount of charge is called as electric current. Now let us see the units of electric current. How do we calculate electric current? Electric current is equal to electric charge by time interval. Here electric current is denoted with the alphabet I, and electric charge is denoted with Q, and time travelled is denoted with T. The SI unit of electric current is ampere. It is denoted with A. 1 ampere is equal to 1 coulomb by 1 second. Now why are we saying 1 coulomb? 1 coulomb is the electric charge, means there are positive and negative charges. The same charges repel and the opposite charges get attract. This fact was told by a scientist called Coulomb. So that's why we represent the unit of charge, electric charge, by his name Coulomb. Okay, and 1 second is the time taken for the electric charge to pass the cross section area. So 1 ampere is equal to 1 coulomb by 1 second. This is how we calculate electric current. 1A is equal to 1C by 1s. So when they ask you the formula of electric current, calculation of electric current, you say that 1 ampere is equal to 1 coulomb by 1 second. This is how we calculate. And ammeter is an instrument used to measure the electric current. This is an ammeter. Now further, in the next class, I am going to tell you about drift speed. Okay, Nana? Thank you very much. Thank you for hearing today's class.